Greetings. This is attorney Della Welch for recording number 2. We're continuing to talk about Family Code 4320. This is a very important section that you need to know in presenting your final trial. And nowadays, so many people have to represent themselves by going to self-help clinics and study these things, that attorneys now in family law are $500 an hour. When I first graduated in 1982, it was about $100 an hour. So many people cannot afford an attorney. So when you do present the final trial, this is a very important code section that you need to go through each element. We're on item A sub 2, which said the extent to which the supported party's present or future earning capacity is impaired by periods of unemployment that were incurred during the marriage to permit the supported party to devote time to domestic duties. The common fact pattern is where a woman stays home with the children, caring for them, and they may do that for 10, 15, 20 years while the husband works. Well, her earning capacity may be impaired by that. You need to give examples. The court is looking for examples of how long did you stay home with the children? How is your earning capacity impaired? Now we'll look at item below that, which is item B, the extent to which the supporting party contributed to the attainment of an education, training, or a career position or license by the supporting party. So maybe someone did a bachelor's degree during the marriage, they did a master's degree during the marriage, and community funds were used in obtaining that degree. So at your final trial, you'll need to present evidence of how much money of the marital property went into these degrees. I've seen many cases where the party may have 2 master's degrees, still not able to get a position, so you've got to show that it went into their career position. Item C, the ability of the supporting party to pay spousal support, taking into account the supporting party's earning capacity, earned and unearned income, assets, and standard of living. Here again, it's middle class standard of living, and we're looking at the party's earning capacity. Item D, the needs of each party on the standard of living established during the marriage. So usually there's not enough money for the marriage to go, and it didn't go, but the code section requires you to provide that information on the standard of living during the marriage. E, the obligations and assets, including the separate property of each party. So here the court is looking for specific information. How much do you owe? What are the assets? And they want you to come into court with evidence of how many debts you owe, and they look at that position. Usually the home is the big asset, and at the final trial, you would ask for that home to be sold, and you would probably bring an appraisal to come in and have an appraisal of what the home is worth. Okay, the F is the duration of the marriage. Any marriage in California of 10 years or more, there's a presumption of lifelong support. It used to be 12 years, now it's 10 years. And they do expect the party who hasn't been the primary wage earner to be self-supporting. The ability of the supported party to engage in gainful employment without unduly interfering with the interests